welcome back to my kitchen. Today I thought I'd make something that I've been craving for a while, and it's a diner style breakfast. I love going out for breakfast, and one of the things I love the most about going out for breakfast are the potatoes that you usually get with onions and peppers that come with the omelet or the scrambled eggs or the bagels. It usually comes with a side of skillet potatoes, and I love those. And at least here in Chicago, there's kind of strict lockdowns. We have a lot of COVID cases, so even if we didn't have strict lockdowns, it's not the best time to be just going out for potatoes. So I thought I can make a whole diner style breakfast in my home. And so that's what we're going to do. For the potatoes, you can use other veggies. I love my skillet potatoes when they come with red peppers. I already had half a pepper here that I used for something else. And I like yellow or orange peppers. I'm not a huge fan of green peppers. They usually are served with green peppers, but it's my kitchen, so I'm using a yellow pepper. And white onions. I love onions. The white onions usually in the skillet potatoes are in big squares. They're not finely chopped, so I don't mind these. Of course, I'm adding a little bit of jalapeno. I like my dishes with a little bit of kick to them, so that's the jalapeno. And then I'm making chicken sausages. I might only make one. I've actually never tried these, but it's fall and they're cranberry sage chicken sausages. I thought it'd be a healthier alternative to bacon or the traditional sausages that they're served with breakfast, so I have these here. And then I have my eggs, and I have some tomatoes in case I want to add some tomatoes to the potatoes. But this is pretty much it in terms of ingredients. I'll use some seasoning as I'm making the potatoes. I'll let you know what spices I end up adding here. Now, the first step, really important when you're making skillet potatoes, is to steam the potatoes before you put them in the skillet. I know that we want them to get sort of a little crust when they're on the skillet, but if you don't cook them before you put them in the skillet with all the other ingredients, they're going to take too long and you're going to end up burning them, or more like frying them, because we will have oil and butter here. So I'm going to go ahead, wash my potatoes, put them in a bowl, put them in the microwave for 3 minutes. I only have these 2 potatoes, so 3 minutes should be enough. And then once that's done, I'll come back and we'll start preparing the rest of the ingredients. Okay, before I move on and start cutting the peppers, I just want to show you the potatoes and how cooked through they are. So I'm gonna take my fork and I'm just gonna try grabbing one of them. The fork went right in, so it's pretty cooked through, and at that point when I put it in the skillet, it'll continue cooking, but it won't take a long time. It won't take 15, 20, 30 minutes for the potatoes to cook through because they're pretty much already cooked, so they're just browning and crisping up a little bit. Okay, we're done prepping our veggies. We're ready to start cooking everything in the skillet. I'm going to heat it up to medium high, and I'm going to use some butter and oil. Whenever I'm making like potatoes in a skillet or veggies in a skillet, I like using olive oil. So I'm going to use here about 2 tablespoons, a little bit more. And then for butter, we're using, I think I use equal parts, so 2 tablespoons butter, 2 tablespoons oil. Oh, an additional step I like to take while the butter is melting there in the skillet with the oil is to peel and mash 1 or 2 cloves of garlic and toss them in there with the butter and the oil. You don't want to burn the garlic. You just want to let the garlic infuse the oil. It's so fragrant and it really adds some flavor and some depth to the dish. And you don't want to chop garlic for this. Like if you had skillet potatoes, you know that they usually don't have garlic in them. So a good way of getting that flavor in there is by just tossing some garlic with the butter and the olive oil while this is in the skillet. And once you toss the garlic, you want to make sure that the skillet is hot when you toss the garlic in there, and once you do that, you have about a minute to work with it before you have to pull the garlic out. Garlic burns really fast and it tastes so bad and bitter when it's burned, so you definitely want to make sure you're not burning your garlic. Okay, the garlic's ready. I really wish you could smell this. It smells so incredibly good. I'm just removing the garlic from the skillet, and now I'm going to toss the potatoes in there. Make sure that you remove all the pieces of garlic, especially if it broke down a little bit. You don't want pieces of garlic in there burning. Okay, we have a good layer of potatoes in the skillet. There was oil sort of splattering all over the place for a little bit there, but I just lowered the temperature down, so now it's on medium heat. And while this first layer of potatoes sort of gets crispy, I'm going to add some seasoning. Of course, I have cayenne pepper, I have garlic powder, I have onion powder, I'm using salt, pepper, and I should also have paprika. I always forget my paprika. So I'm using half a teaspoon of onion powder, garlic powder, and salt. And you can always adjust the measurements depending on how much you're making. I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon for the paprika. I don't have smoked paprika, but you can use smoked paprika if you'd like. And then I'm going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. And that's really it for the seasoning. Oh, I almost forgot pepper. Just regular pepper. Just a little bit of pepper. And that's it. So now what we want to do is toss the potatoes, make sure that the seasoning is coating all of the potatoes. I just mixed my potatoes, the seasoning is all over them. I feel good about them right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss in the veggies with the potatoes. Okay, I just mixed all the veggies and the potatoes, and now I have to start moving really fast because I have to prep the egg. So I think I'm making scrambled eggs. It's the easiest to do. So I have a pan here, and I'm gonna put that on medium heat. I know I have my jalapeno. I still haven't added the jalapeno to the onions, but I'll do that more towards the end. I have 1 egg, and I'm gonna mix my eggs in this bowl. Second egg. I don't really know why a lot of places don't season their eggs and they just let you season them on your plate. I don't know. I guess you can control your seasoning, but I like my eggs to have some flavor. And I almost forgot, the sausages are already cooked. All you have to do is warm them up. I'm going to warm them up here. I chopped my jalapeno while I'm waiting for the pan for the eggs to warm up. Toss the jalapenos in here with the potatoes. I lowered the heat a little bit, and now my eggs are ready to go in the pan. So I'm gonna give them one last stir. And they're in there. I have some tomatoes here that I washed, and I'm just cutting in half. They're little grape tomatoes, I think these are. Just cutting them in half, and I'm going to add them to the potatoes. I like to do this towards the end. The potatoes, they'll burst. Well, I cut them in half, so they'll lose all their juices. But if you do this more towards the end, they won't fully deflate. So now I have my egg in the plate. Now I'm going to add some potatoes. I'm done. I made a full diner style breakfast in 38 minutes. I'm looking at my camera. It's been running for 38 minutes, so that's counting the time it took me to, turn it on, come over here, get things set up. So this is really easy to do, really fast. Yeah, it looks really good. I'll put in a picture there so you can see a close-up, but it's really what I was craving, those skillet potatoes like the diners, and then some scrambled eggs and a sausage on the side. So let me know if you try this, if you have another way of making the skillet potatoes, if you have other types of meat that you like to use. I know I decided to use the chicken sausage, but you can use bacon. There's a whole bunch of types of bacon out there. You can use other types of sausages. You can make the eggs differently. So let me know in the comments. Let me know if you liked it. If you did, please thumbs up, follow the channel or subscribe if you'd like to, and share it. Thanks.